Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy, serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at www.justintimeaccessories. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at
If someone offends me or someone hurts me or does something to me, it rolls off my shoulders pretty easy. If somebody comes to me and says, hey, will you forgive me for what I did to you? I'm going to forgive them and say, girl, come on, let's move on. It's all right. I'm wired that way. I'm easygoing. But if I find out, I'm saying don't get it twisted. If I find out that someone's been scheming, that's a whole different story. Because scheming implies pre-planning. If you've been scheming against me, that means you've been watching for a little while. You've been trying to figure out what it is about me that is most weak, most frail, most vulnerable, so that you can take advantage of me. You've been studying me to find out what my patterns are and what the predilection of my flesh is and what my preferences are, so that you can figure out the best time to take most full advantage of me and the people that I love. When I find out that you've been scheming against me and the people that I love, well, if it's a war you want, it's a war you gonna have.
Hey. It's not Fat Albert, but welcome back to the Anthony Brown Show, this segment that we call ATL Family and Friends. How you doing? It's so great to be back in the number. I tell you, just one more again. I tell you. I just want to remind everybody, if you're new to the channel, definitely go on over and click that subscribe button. What are you waiting for? Statistics already shows about 80% of you guys, 85% of you guys that are watching the show on a regular, continuous basis. You know, you're frequent flyers, you come here on a regular basis, but yet you have yet to hit the subscribe button. So what you scared of? Stop shacking up. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. So that way you'll be notified every time we go live or post new information on this channel. Also, click the like button, which is the thumbs up. That lets us know and YouTube know that you appreciate what we're doing over here. And they then share our materials with other people with similar interests. At the same token, if you want, go ahead and comment below. And if you comment below, we will share your comment on the screen, read it, and respond accordingly. We appreciate you all for joining us and being with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be anywhere you want, but yet you chose to spend your evening with us. And we appreciate you. We're here every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, where we shoot the shit, shoot the gab, share information, share topics, whatever's trending. Sometimes we have guests that we're interviewing, special guests. But nevertheless, I can't do this by myself. I'm joined tonight by my family, my friends, my tribe, my ace boon coons, my brothers and my sisters from other mothers. I'm joined tonight by the very lovely, the very beautiful, the very talented and brave and will shoot you, Tyson Mama, Miss Tayama Sweetness.
Hello, everybody. I I leave
You're,
it to God. I don't do no more shooting.
you do
I
no more
just
shooting. You're reformed.
I ain't say all of that, but I had my battles over to God because it really don't be that serious.
Okay. So she ain't shoot him up Sweetness no more.
Nah, not right.
Okay. Well, that's Tyson's mama. Well,
Yep.
I'm also joined tonight also by none other than another sister, the voluptuous, juiciest cakes on this side of the Mason-Dixon, this side of Mississippi, this side of the Atlantic Ocean. I tell you, Duncan Hines, Sarah Lee, Betty Crocker, none of them just got nothing on her. Them better take a back seat to this woman. Juicy cakes.
I was muted. Blessings, peace and love, y'all. Blessings.
Where you at? Home
How y'all
Depot?
doing?
You in Home Depot?
Yes, I'm at Home Depot.
You know they call that the man's market, so you're looking for a man.
Listen, I'm looking for 'em. You can't be telling that because
That's
you know the
that's
guests
that's
might
what
get
I'm looking
mad.
for when you're looking for a man, a blue
For
collar worker,
real. I'm looking for a jack.
a man that knows how to
Of
work his
all
tools.
trades.
You heard me? A man
Yes.
know how to work his tools.
All trades.
Yes,
Yep.
in the Home Depot.
Get down.
I'm also joined tonight by none other than my little big brother. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Legacy the Great. He will kill him dead. Ladies love him. Girls adore him. Mr.
Oh,
Legacy the Great.
good evening, everyone. How is thou?
Hello,
Well,
hello, hello.
he's rather black tonight.
God is working, and I don't supposed to be on here because the weather is bad, but I'm trying to stay in here for my family.
But we sure appreciate it.
Yes, and I appreciate you guys. But I got a question.
Hope I have the answer.
ATL hoes,
That's a statement.
it'll work.
The week being so long, it could be all of the above, Tony.
Yes, yes. The crazy thing is, it was like scorching hot all day, and then when I got to the house, it was like this gray clouds just start taking over everywhere. I said, well, dang, are you trying to tell me I don't need to go on the show tonight? And then the rain just started falling from the sky. And I was
Mm.
like, you know what? I think you're telling me I don't need to be on the show tonight.
They say
Cause
he'll open up they say he'll open up the windows of heaven.
Pick that lady up and be like,
that what that book said that it say. When he said the
do
windows of heaven, he's talking about blessings.
yes, that one right there.
Whatever. Whatever.
Do these work?
What are the what for what, Kate?
I
For my
guess
friend,
to
freshen up the
Odor
room.
buster.
to freshen up your room and
It'd
stuff.
be just better just to get the whole box. You know how you can get the box of baking powder, odor, Arm&
Mm-hmm.
Hammer, and they got it now to where you can peel back this little label
Yeah,
thing
for
on
the
it.
refrigerator kind.
Yeah, but I use it in my plot in my place, and it does well.
Okay. I was gonna get one of them, but for the closet, 'cause I put them in there too.
Yeah,
Just for the dorm room.
but Tony normally buy app when he buy people stuff for home warming. He gets you like these apple cinnamon candles that. Whew, I had that candle for over a year.
It's still working.
Hell no, that was when I was coming over here every other weekend.
Get down.
Or you use it every weekend.
Huh?
You use it every weekend.
No, remember I was coming from Palm Beach to over here every other weekend.
Right.
But since once I got over and I used it every day.
Oh.
And it didn't last no more than about a month after that because I was using it.
Okay, I'm gonna get you another one then.
We might have to order it from April. We probably need to order it from April.
I'll never get it.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
I placed the order with her 2 years ago.
No.
I'm waiting on it.
You say what?
I'm waiting on the order from 2 years ago.
Yeah. It showed up and have been that long too.
I mean, I heard of FedEx, UPS, United States Postal Service. What's she using? Walk mail.
That shit would have still made it by now. That shit is real snail mail.
Okay.
Hey.
I said, damn, she must have lost my order.
This boy is crazy.
April don't want no business.
Oh man. But it's good to see you guys. I'm glad y'all alive, healthy, and well. Thelma don't put down the pistols as she claimed, but I don't believe that shit.
I believe her.
What we don't take our fuse is short.
It's not about the fuse. It's about the control, and she's very strong. Strong ain't in your arm is strength. Even the definition of strong is your mental state of mind.
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about.
Nah, don't worry. Hold on.
Yep, in the words of Juicy, don't be scared.
See? Don't be scared. Who say don't be scared?
Okay.
Somebody that'll shoot you.
Well, I mean, hold on. It's so not the fact that she'll shoot you. It's what did you do for her to shoot you?
I don't know. It depends on what day that goddamn how short that fuse is that day.
Listen, if he ain't got none of my sons involved in it, he's pretty much safe. And being I don't let out my sight with nobody. I ain't got to worry about blowing no stuff up. So we'd eliminated everything there. My oldest, he stayed out of Dodge or any trouble. So unless we get those good old boys that just want to fire him somewhere and kill him just because he's black.
Uh-oh.
We pretty much good.
Uh-oh.
And they got a police badge on their on their chest.
Child, they got a police badge. It won't matter to me because, honey, a man's is a man and I need blood. I need your blood to match my baby blood. That's all I know.
That's the only way it can work.
That's all I know. If you never thought I was ready for jail that day, I'm totally ready.
We rock with that lady who the police killed, and she said they found him not guilty, and she injected him with that thing. Yeah, we rock with her. We still talking about her. She's my unsung hero.
Ooh. Tony, are you gonna talk about that 70-year-old lady tonight?
Lady just sent it to me. I thought I downloaded it, but I didn't. I'm gonna see if I can still download it while we're looking at other stuff.
Okay, then I won't say nothing yet.
We
got a whole new one we rocking with Legacy.
Yeah, I like that story. In the meantime, let's see. Here's a video. Check this out.
Police is calling for the reinstatement of former Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson. He's currently in jail on first-degree murder charges for shooting 36-year-old Sonia Massey in her home after she called 911 earlier this month. Our Capitol Bureau Chief, Cole Hinkey, has more.
The grievant was terminated without just cause. That's the first line on the grievance filed by the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police Labor Council, calling for Deputy Sean Grayson's reinstatement with the Sangamon County Sheriff's Department. He's been charged with the murder of Sonia Massey. The FOP, though, says Grayson should be reinstated because the county violated its collective bargaining agreement. Grayson was fired shortly after he was arrested. FOP says this Facebook post giving detail on the investigation and Grayson's arrest violated the CBA. In a statement, the FOP said, quote, "As a labor organization, we have an obligation to protect our members' procedural and due process rights contained in the collective bargaining agreement. Those rights come with very strict timelines." The autopsy for Sonia Massey was also released Friday. The report concluded the cause of death was a gunshot wound to the face, as expected. But the family's attorney, Ben Crump, pointed to the trajectory of the bullet, saying it proved Grayson shot Massey while she was ducking.
Video that this was just a senseless, unnecessary, excessive use of force.
Reporting in Springfield, I'm Cole Hankey.
Sonia Massey's story continues to get national attention. The family spoke with Vice President Kamala Harris on Friday.
Do I have to elaborate on this one right here?
Please, because y'all gonna start y'all finna start a riot.
That's all. I mean, that was the whole point in the first place.
They trying to get a riot started on this black lady out the building.
It didn't happen when they did it, so now they got to do more. Oh, that didn't make y'all do? Man, come on, y'all.
This the thing that bothers me, right? They said that the man was fired because of the due process bargaining that this labor union has with the police department. Now the thing is, let's look at it now. It took almost a month for this to actually hit the fan. They hid information, lied and said that the lady, that they didn't know who shot her at first. Then they said that the lady could have shot herself when all else failed. All this is in weeks now. This ain't one night. This is in weeks. All of this is going on. This man is still free at this time. The sheriff or the police department, wherever he worked for, have already told him, hey, there's a possibility you're going to be fired. You mean to tell me that the labor union at that time, you telling me they're trying to say that he wasn't due process? Nigga, you know what you just did. And you going to sit up here and say that these folks, and see what this is the good old boys. This is when the good old boys start to, collect money and try to, fund him, his attorney. They go try to find the best lawyer to discredit Sonia Massey. And the thing that hurts him more than anything is the trajectory of where the bullet came from. And it shows that she was in a state of being submissive of, damn near on the ground when you shot her. So that means that there was no pot in her hand, because if she's squatting, the water would have fell on her if she had it in her hand still. So how can you sit up here and say that your life was in danger, or you was in the chance of having bodily harm done to you when she was already squatting and you I think he's 6'3", 6'4", so he's already towering over the situation, and then he leans over and shoots downward to make sure he shot her. I'm just tired of the fact of how people, I can see if there was no body camera and you trying to spin the narrative of what went on, but we see it from the beginning to the end. And it's just amazing how I told y'all they're going to try to put everything on this woman's mental disability. And remember now, when it comes to finding somebody guilty, all it takes is one person on a 12-panel jury or a 6-panel jury to find them not guilty.
Well, I think that they knew before they fired him the protocol. And that's why it was okay to quickly say he already been fired.
it's
So
horrible to me. And then you know what the crazy thing is? They're gonna bring up this lady because he's going to trial. He will not plead. He will not plead. There will be a trial, and they're going to tear this lady apart. They're gonna make her for social media and for the news media to make her crazy. And all like again, all it takes is just one person to doubt the fact that this man went in fear for his life to where they can create a hung jury.
But
And
making her showing that she's crazy or mentally challenged doesn't make her a criminal.
it doesn't it didn't make Trayvon Martin a criminal when he was walking home and Ron Zimmerman was following him and actually got out and started the combatment, and a fight broke out and Ron Zimmerman killed him. It didn't. Eric Gardner was selling cigarettes. That didn't make him a criminal. Not to the point where he had to lose his life. Not the dude in New Orleans, Philando Castile, telling a police officer before, hey, I got a gun. It's registered. It's in my glove compartment. And the man go inside the glove compartment. Police tell him to get it. Then when he reached for it, the police kill him right there in front of his daughter. George Floyd was a previous criminal. He had been convicted of crimes, but at the time that he died and lost his life, he wasn't committing a crime. So at the end of the day, your criminal history doesn't, or your mental capacity at that time doesn't make you a criminal, but it ain't never stopped police from killing them anyway.
Okay, so my question is then, with that being
Preach.
said, and how you broke it down, it seems like the laws and the rules and the policies is not for black people. So why do we even try?
It's the same way that I say about voting. Everything, these people, first of all, we have to really, really look at it past, oh, I'm in America. Let's look at it for what it really is. If we're gonna go back as far as the Constitution, this thing, the game was this is a chess game. The rules were set up by the individuals who are not like us. They're not like those rules. We didn't even have rights at that time. We were still looked upon as property. So how do we think that these rules and regulations that they set before we was even considered to be humans apply to us? The game is rigged, and until we start realizing that just because a few motherfuckers got a few dollars, that times have changed. I keep telling you, times haven't changed. The uniforms did. You got judges that's being Ku Klux Klansmen. You got people that's gonna be on the jury. We don't know what their thought process is and how their ideology and how they really believe. So we're being judged by our peers when the truth is you can't tell me that somebody who was born in 1948, 37 is a juror of my peers, and this person has the same mindset as the people that were enslaving and redlining and all of this stuff, making policies back then that they need to sit on my jury. So we just got to understand that all that we do, that we think that we're participating in, is called the illusion of inclusion. We make you feel like you're participating in it, that you got to say so when the game is already rigged to go the way that we wanted it to go.
Even though the game is rigged, you still should make it your diligence to make your voice be heard.
I agree, but a lot of voices done been heard. It ain't a damn thing changed.
No, but even though even if it doesn't change to what it is that you want, you cannot complain if you didn't try.
Let me read what Kamal said. Kamal said it's hard to hear Legacy talk like this when he's voting for a president that won't denounce the KKK and white supremacy group. It's hard. It's also hard to vote for Kamala Harris, who has gotten on television on numerous occasions and said that she won't push for anything specifically just for black people when you push very hard for Asians to be protected, when you push very hard for the LGBT community to be protected, when you push very hard to get up on the stage and say, um, hey, I'm over here and I'm Indian this year, and now this year because you want black votes, you saying that you're black. It's hard to vote for somebody who don't know who she is.
Well, when she was on the Breakfast Club, she said, "I'm black. I've always been black."
No,
And I'm
no, no,
proud.
no. I'm not worried about what she
No,
said
no,
on the
no.
Breakfast Club.
Listen, he's telling facts. If you take Kamala Harris when she was running for president and they asked her ethnicity,
Tony don't
she
like the facts.
definitely did say
Tony
she was white,
and Indian,
Indian, and
Asian.
Caribbean.
Asian.
Jama-
Caribbean.
No,
Listen,
she's never said
Asian,
if you
Caribbean.
do
Asian.
not listen, she said Asian. If
She's
you
never
do
said
not
Caribbean.
say she never claimed African American, that's why she
Never.
lost the first time.
Said West
Now
Indian.
she's all the way black.
She's always said either West Indian or Caribbean.
Go show. I tell you what. When you get
Let
off
Then
me
of
why
here,
tell
she eating
you.
hot
hold
sauce
on,
instead of
Tama.
pepper sauce?
When you
Let
Why
get
she
when
ain't
you
eating Scotch bonnet
when
sauce?
you get off of here
let me
tonight,
help
Tony,
you.
I'm gonna stay on here for you to go look it up and find it. She's never
I'm not
claimed that.
going to look it up because that takes up too much time. We have a show. We
I
have to
said
stay
tonight
focused.
after the show. That's what
When
I
we get
said.
off, when we get off. But Tony knows she actually did. To where I did not think she was African American. But this go round, she's pulling her whole black card. No, don't come over here for convenience. I
And then
vote for
let me
you
show you.
based on I like what you
But
stand
hold on,
on.
Tony.
But I'm
Let
not
me
gonna
show.
vote for you because you want to claim black
But
now.
hold on. Let me show you something. Let me show you how distasteful this woman is.
So he's
This
not
woman.
lying on that. I'm
That
gonna send it to Tony. I got
that
it
woman.
in. I
That
sent it
woman
out.
is so distasteful that instead of her going into a group to talk with black people, to well-rounded, educated black people who can bring about policies and change for black people, this woman had a rally in Atlanta and brought out Megan Thee Stallion, who had none but strippers come out on the stage with the word "vote" on the ass, talking about vote, vote. Come on, man. Where's the respect of black people? She would have never done that for a Caucasian or East Indian or Asian group of people that she's trying to get her votes from. That's the lack of disrespect and the uneducated and unlearned individuals that still think that this woman give a damn about black people. Y'all need to go put a book in your fucking hand and pay attention to her actions and not her fucking words.
And Trump ain't did nothing distasteful
But
towards black.
no,
Oh,
listen, we
I'm not voting for Trump. Let me get out there now. I am not a Trump supporter.
listen. I'm not a
That is not
Trump
what I'm saying.
Tam, I'm not a Trump
Hey,
supporter.
I'm other.
I wasn't a Trump supporter when he got beat by Joe Biden the first time. I'm not a Trump supporter now. But if I gotta choose between the lesser of the two evils, I'd rather know who I'm dealing with than the person that's over there portraying to be black and do the exact same thing that Barack Obama did, which was nothing.
Kamal says that don't sound the same. The black versus Indian stuff was created by Trump. She went to a HBCU, historically black college and
That
university.
doesn't make you black because you go to an HBC.
I'm reading. She went to a HBCU and is in a black sorority.
So
Listen, y'all saying all of that, but we're not saying what we heard from Trump. Go look at the video.
they don't
It's
want
a
to see the
whole
truth.
video.
They don't want to see
It's
it.
a whole video.
Kamal also adds she may have even worked a black job.
Well, I know one job. She did work. She also worked as a whore when she first came out. When she was
Wow,
living with a
I
black,
ain't saying that one.
when the black dude was a 60-some-year-old male when she was 30, and the man was married and she was sleeping with a married man. But don't nobody want to talk about that.
Yeah. Sweet Ashley said Trump is disrespectful. I can't.
Yeah, I can't follow Trump, but I could
Kamal,
definitely say at one point, ma'am, you was not holding up your black car. How highly you doing it this term?
Kamal said you had Trump have Hulk Hogan on stage, who is a racist in life, and a tape and has recently fired a black female when he found out she was black.
What the hell? We're not worried about Hulk Hogan. Nobody's talking about Hulk Hogan.
But Trump had Hulk Hogan on his campaign.
Did you know that, Tony?
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, but when
Trump did the Republican National Convention, Hulk Hogan was one of the guest speakers.
Listen, this is one thing that Legacy know. I know that there's racism across the board. And I don't refute nothing about Hulk Hogan. I'm not refuting Trump couldn't possibly be a racist. Everything that pertains to this election has racist ideology behind it on both sides. So I don't care how you try to lace it. That black motherfucker right there ain't black that y'all want to claim her to be. She's and better yet, Tony, I'm gonna go look it up and I'm gonna send it to you. But what I cannot deal with is knowing that you as a president got on stage talking about you can't do just one specific thing for black people. And then you done turn around and done it for other groups and races of people. That right there alone is too much for me. Kamal say the married man was separated from his wife for 10 years that Kamala Harris was dating at the time. He still was married. There's a difference from divorced and separated, Kamal. You smarter than that.
You know,
Everybody got a past. Even Jesus Christ himself had a past. So I can't hold her for what she did at her.
No, but when we throwing slander, we have to throw it all out there.
But I wasn't throwing slander. I just stated the same thing that
I'm
she
talking
said.
about Kamal and Ashley up here when they're not definitely doing enough research on the individual they're gonna go and throw a vote behind, because most people are not going to dig into something that they want to stand behind.
Because one of the best presidents we had got his dick sucked while he was in the White House.
And I
married.
I
had no problem.
Speaking at his national convention.
Huh?
I said, obviously, you two are not doing enough research because you didn't know Hulk Hogan was one of his guest speakers.
See, that's the thing that you keep trying to bypass. I just told you, I know that it's racism on both sides. That's what I just said. I'm not refuting that there isn't any racism. What I said is, at the end of the day, don't sit up here one moment and say, hey, I'm Indian today, and then come and try to get the black votes tomorrow and say
she said West Indian.
She never said West Indian. I got a video and I'm gonna send it to you.
She's always said West Indian.
She's never said West Indian. This woman didn't know.
Well, let me tell you, right now, she not saying West Indian nothing. She's saying black.
West Indian is black. That's Jamaican.
Boy, if you don't get the hell out of here to my West Indian is Jamaican, man, sit down somewhere, man.
When I write a letter to Jamaica, to Adrian, I put Jamaica West Indian.
That could be a city in there, but that ain't that West Indies. We're talking about West Indies.
West India is not a city.
We're talking about West Indies. We're talking about the whole country.
But you do know when somebody say West Indies, it's white Indian, it's white Jamaicans, it's Chinese looking Jamaicans. That motherfucker never said black.
That's how she Asian.
Put a stamp on it.
Tiama, it's every color Jamaican like it's every color American. But even when you say Africa, most people think black. But we know there's white people over there too.
But that don't. But you only that lady is that lady has never said black.
Right now, she using her skin tone to blur through the lines of what it is she trying to accomplish. No matter how y'all try to chop it up, out of her mouth, if she never said, when they asked her background, African American wasn't it? But now she's standing on the African American. Nah, bro, that's like me saying I'm gay when everybody went after Nicki Minaj because her fame was that she messed with girls. Everybody thought she was this big old lesbian doing all this crazy shit.
You know what's
Once
funny,
she
Tony?
got her fame, she dropped that shit down, and all the gay community went after Nicki Minaj.
But check this. Remember when Nas X
It's
did
the
the
same
same
thing.
thing? Nas X did the same thing. But listen, pull that back up right there, Tony. I'm gonna show you something. Pull that last picture back up.
Hold on.
Do y'all know that Hillary Clinton, that right there, you see that right there? Do you know that when Hillary ran against Donald Trump, do you know she went on a Breakfast Club and told Charlamagne the God that she walks around with
Hot sauce in her bag.
yeah, she need to stop it. And this right here does not make you black because you use hot sauce. Stop it, man.
But my thing, why did they just take this picture now?
Is that because it's pandering to niggas? Look up the definition pandering.
All I know, this whole thing ain't nothing but a clown show.
On both ends, but
And that is
So
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where
you are
and
that's your problem right there.
every American is
I'm
being
other.
swallowed.
I'm other.
No, every
Straight up, I'm
American that's saying
other.
we're voting, we are swallowing.
Like, for the life of me, I have no clue what Megan Thee Stallion had to do with that pre-election. Like, I don't know.
She was in the
It's given, bruh.
It's given. I need
If
help.
they listen, if they got on Michelle Obama for a fucking sundress, a maxi dress, y'all don't remember that?
Yep.
Yes.
Distasteful and all the rest of that. This lady Braun got a hold of Million Stallion, crop top on, ass is damn near out. Like, bruh,
It's ridiculous.
Because she's
it is a
trending.
clown show. The clown show came in with Donald Trump, and they just keep rolling behind it. It's getting dumber and dumber. That's like watching the BET Awards. Who have sat there and really watched the BET Awards? That shit that got so corny and boring.
Kamal, I
Yeah.
love
Nobody
this
don't sit
statement.
and watch that shit.
I love this statement. Kamal say, "Thank you, Teama. This is a clown show, and America needs a great big do-over." Oh, it's about to be
Yeah,
over.
they are literally. Let me tell you, they're not even telling you or giving you anything to vote for.
Nope.
They're giving you a show, and you like, oh, I'm voting for it. Why are you voting for her? Why?
But let me tell you what the divide
I'm
is.
gonna be like them little kids. Why come? Why come?
Let me tell you what the divide
Fuck.
is.
Why are you? Why come? That's why I stand at
They're
it.
not targeting black men. They're not. Black men ain't gonna vote for Kamal. Kamal might. Tony probably will. But black men on the whole, they're not feeling this because they know they're pandering to black women. Because guess what? They came out in droves when she was the first person to be considered for vice presidency, and they know that they're gonna come out in droves just because of the sisterhood. It ain't that they're educated enough to make the formative vote on her policies because she haven't claimed any policies.
And that's your opinion.
You know what? I agree
Trump
with
has
you.
the he do have policies.
Listen. I've
I
been
agree
watching
with
the whole thing, and y'all, I'm still waiting. Tony, you say, that's his view. Why are you willing to vote for her?
I said on the last show.
But
I wasn't at the last show. Remember, I had to work.
Black men
I just
like
told you life
Tonyville.
being lifing.
Black men
Like,
like
my
Tonyville.
birthday was what? Saturday.
Simply just on qualification, she's more qualified than Trump.
How when she ain't
It's
been
not
a
about the
president?
qualifications.
Let me tell you, a crackhead is more qualified than Trump.
He ain't never been a politician.
What you mean he made it and he became a president? So right now
He didn't have no experience
but he
then.
has more experience now.
Not at all.
Stop it, man. You sound crazy.
Let me tell you, legacy. You don't remember all that happened with Trump thing. I wouldn't call him qualified.
Qualifications is this.
He did it. He made it through. But look how he made it through with all these cases and charges.
Listen, and guess
That
what,
ain't made it.
Tayama? Guess what,
He
Tayama?
slipped through.
Guess what, Tayama? The history right now, history is being shown that damn near every charge that Trump has been charged with over these last 18 months have been kicked out now.
That's only because he was the president.
No, regardless of what, that means that he's not convicted of anything.
But that don't mean he didn't do them.
It don't mean that don't nobody know who killed John F. Kennedy from the Secret
But
Service.
the fact remains he did them. He was found guilty, even though they throwing him out. So since he was found guilty of 30 charges, that's the kind of motherfucker you want to run the country.
The same person. I want somebody like that compared to somebody who just put people in prison and found out that they didn't do it and held information from the people so that they couldn't get out of prison.
The White Dudes for Kamala Harris call has happened, and the results are fucking stunning. Within 30 minutes, the White Dudes for Kamala Harris call raised $2.3 million. Within 1 hour, White Dudes for Kamala Harris raised $3 million. And just like the White Women for Kamala Harris call, the men who spoke truth to power. Here are some highlights.
The words that are being spoken by Donald Trump, those words are a manifestation of the root of the poisonous tree. Burchett says that Vice President is a DEI hire. Or Tommy Tuberville, who actually, the senator from Alabama, who couldn't find Alabama on a map, says that she's not qualified. Essentially what they're saying is a burden that women have been carrying, African Americans have been carrying, anybody who doesn't fit the main narrative have been carrying, which is that really some of us are created more equal than others. And no matter how high she jumps, no matter how many degrees she has, no matter how good her grades are, she's never good enough because they're always moving the line. And I think in that idea, she holds the heart of so many people who have been left out. We got to show up. And I would just say this to the white men of America. This idea somehow that when other people get, we lose, that when some people benefit, we just get left behind. That is absolutely not true.
And that's just a scratch of the surface. And we cannot sit by quietly like we did in 2016 as white working men. We have to do more than just donate money. We have to do more than just show up on a Zoom call. We have to talk to our neighbors. We have to talk to our brothers and sisters. We have to speak truth to power. And we cannot allow for division around race and misogyny and xenophobia to be the thing that sets us backwards. As a proud Pennsylvanian, I get to cast my vote in a swing state, and I cannot wait to cast my vote for the first female president of the United States, Vice President Kamala Harris.
My oldest daughter's name is Hope. That's because my wife and I spent 7 years trying to get pregnant, needed fertility treatments, things like IVF, things that they would ban. And so once again, I keep talking about this idea. You're right. These guys are the anti-freedoms. I don't know who's asking for this crazy stuff that they're pushing. Who's asking to ban birth control? Who's asking to raise the price of insulin? And then coupled with that, because my wife reminds me of this, she said, hope is the most powerful word in the universe, but it's not a damn plan. We need a plan to win. And that's what you guys are doing. That's what smashing that button does. That's what's calling. And again, this is preaching to the choir, but the choir needs to sing. The choir needs to sing. This is our moment. This is not just transformational for one election. This is transformational for several generations. Here's the great news. How often in 100 days do you get to change the trajectory of the world? How often in 100 days do you get to do something that's going to impact generations to come? And how often in the world do you make that bastard wake up afterwards and know that a black woman kicked his ass and sent him on the road?
Now, you know I love the data. White men in 2020 voted for Trump at 57% and voted for Biden at 40%. If somehow Kamala Harris gets some of that 57% to vote for her and Democrats down ballot, this isn't just a landslide victory. This is we flip Texas, we flip Florida, we get Wisconsin, we take Michigan, we take Pennsylvania, Ohio, we expand in the Senate, get 60 senators, the House of Representatives, get the trifecta into the White House, and we pass the most progressive legislation that this country has ever seen. Are y'all feeling the energy now?
Now, this is not before I move from this right here, and I'm gonna be done with it as of today on this show. If you can't go look and find facts the same way about Kamala Harris before you post on here, you won't have me saying anything, because I see you do research when you want a badge, but you don't go get the information that pops up on social media every day about Kamala Harris and put it on here.
Kamal says, by the way, Project 2025 will give police immunity. The police that just killed Sonia Massey will have immunity. It will be open season on people of color.
It's been open season since we've been here, so this ain't no fucking difference. But again, nobody has placed Project 25 factually on Donald Trump. This is something that is being pushed from the other side. But as I just said, if you're not gonna do it fairly, I don't want to do it at all. Because I just saw you just go dig up information to bring that up right there. When you could have
That's been on here. That was on here last week.
Then the same way we just debating, you could have looked up that same thing and had that to do the same thing. Just do it fairly. Just do it fairly if you're gonna do it.
Unlike you, Kamala, I know who my roots are. I know where I come from.
That's Alina Habba, Trump's former lawyer who thought she ate that shit up. And you know, I was going to get on here and talk about her needle-nosed, gremlin, salty spittoon, horse mouth, Mr. Potato Head, teeth having Melania, who gives a fuck about that Christmas stuff, wanna be head ass up. But you know what? I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to say this. Alina, I think your entire existence is sad. You really had the audacity to stand up there in front of MAGA Republicans and went on a racist diatribe. Not only casting doubt about Kamala Harris's racial identity, but also questioning her knowledge of her ancestry. But you're the same Alina Saad Habba whose parents were Arabs who immigrated from Iraq to the United States in the early 1980s to escape persecution. Your savior and coward cult leader, who doesn't have the balls to face Kamala on the debate stage, owns the record of banning refugees from predominantly Muslim countries, including Iraq, when he was president. And by the way, these included the flow of even Iraqi refugees who risked their lives for our military service members and operations in the region. Your parents under a Trump presidency would have never come to the United States, because when he thinks of Arabs from Iraq, he thinks what?
We have people coming into the country, getting into airplanes and flying them into the World Trade Center.
Yeah, people like your parents would have never made it into this country under a xenophobic, racist president like Trump. And your ass would have never been here either. So tell us again about how you know where your roots are.
You're muted.
Where everybody go? Well, I was gonna say that the black man who will vote for who won't be voting for Kamala will be the ones who are single, like they not married, they got children. You know, the bitter ones who don't like women.
I also think the black men who's not gonna vote for Kamala is the black men that are probably felons, the rights haven't been reinstated, or they're in prison. So she's very,
and so they can't.
Right, so they can't vote. So I think it's very tactful for her to cater to one, black women, well, women period, but black women, because most black women are not in prison. They're the ones that's out of prison, sending their prison boyfriends dollars in prison. So black women are free. Black women don't have criminal records for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't you cater to the black women or the white men or the white women? So to me, that's very strategic on her part.
Listening to how they were saying we'll turn over, we'll flip this and we'll flip that. It sounded like he was getting so excited like he playing a video game. Like this is a game and we just running around. Can we get this state? Can we get that state? Can we get that state? And not even realizing the picture of it. I agree with you, Juicy and Anthony. But I'm not talking about it no more. I ain't talking about neither one of them because I don't want to give none of them hope.
My brother Legacy didn't know you had excuses built in. I thought you were about facts. Shaking my head. Kamal says.
Oh, to Legacy. Mm-hmm.
I got this video. Legacy sent me this video on my Android. It was about abort children. Not while they're in the belly, but this is after they're grown.
Get rid of the adults.
So So that means if they get on your nerves, you have the right to abort them. Check this video out.
Listen to this shit.
It makes more sense, in my opinion, to offer abortion services up until a child is 18 years old.
What
Because
the fuck?
until they reach adulthood, we don't know if they're going to be a productive member of society. So based on the argument that we have heard today, we should allow it up until they are adults. It would solve many problems. Think of the disruptions in school, bad behavior, anything. If you could just say to your child, well, I'm sorry, you're misbehaving, you're not going to be a productive member of society, or you're going to have a hard life, let's go off to the abortion clinic.
What?
And it would be more humane for that child, because we know what abortion looks like in the womb, and it is horrible. It would be much more humane to simply go to the abortion clinic and have the child put to sleep. Would you not agree?
What the fuck?
So what it sounds like to me is she's saying that even after the child is born, if the child, I guess, is like out of hand or out of control or whatever, just take them down and kill them. Up until you're muted, Juicy, but up until they're 17, until they're 17. Then once they're 18, then you can't. But from birth
I
to
brought you into this world, and I can take you out.
that's what the black law say. I brought you in here, I'll take you out.
But the thing about it is too, a lot of we got to be real. Some parents can realize they done brought some devil spawns into this world, and they bring in serial killers, people who have. When we spoke about the new generation of children and how they have no fear and they want to do what they want to do and there's no regards, you got to be mindful of that.
Right.
But I don't know. I could just go tell you put my baby to sleep.
That's what she was saying.
Baby.
That was a video of when Lakers sent me the video. I was like, what? I had to look at that video like 3 times to make sure I'm hearing what I was hearing. And she was saying what she was saying. So basically, when you try to get on your nerves, instead of punishing them or taking away their iPad or their tablets or their phones, you just take them to some facility and just get rid of them.
Just kill them.
I need you to send me that so I can show that to Nikhil and Naeem. They know I got options. They better quit trying me.
I'm like, what?
Well, it was crazy when I had to watch it about 3 times because I'm like, she's serious too.
So she must don't love her children.
Listen, she don't love no children.
See. She must be financially secure and stable because a lot of black women, their child is a check. So we ain't getting rid of the child.
Boy, you crazy.
Right.
If I get rid of this child, then my stamp's gonna go down.
Boy, you don't.
They're gonna decrease my food stamps and they can cut my check off.
Boy, you crazy. But they'll take them, Tony.
Lose my housing.
Tony, they'll take them down there and do it and don't even tell the government that that's what they done.
Oh Lord. and still be getting a check.
Ma'am, your son should at least be 14 now. Well, don't worry about it. We're gonna need to see him. We need his signature on something.
Right.
Mama be done had another baby by that time. Try this again.
I said, wow. But yeah, let me delete that video. I was like, wow, kill your children.
No.
So Legacy, what you gonna do when Naya get on your nerves?
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
You need to show her the video though, so she'll think you got options.
She gonna look at me the same way she looked at me when I was telling her that she done got whoopings before, and to my some win.
Okay. It must be when she was 2.
Yeah, because she say she don't remember none of that.
Okay.
I even asked her mama one time, tell her I done popped her before. And she looked at me the same way, like, when?
Oh, I'm gonna say, look, I don't remember it either.
See, now look at you. Look at you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the viewers, he is spreading false narratives.
Listen, all my life, the last time I probably ever had to pop Naya was probably when she was 3, but
And
like
I
I told you.
disapprove that message.
Say what?
I disapprove that message. Lies he tell.
Oh man. But it's just so much easier with the girls for me anyway. It seemed that way because just the roaring of a voice.
I got something I want to discuss real quick. I don't have a video. It just hit me in my mind.
Okay.
I got Legacy on here who has boy and girl children, and Juicy who on here who got boy and girl children. Now, one thing I've noticed with when parents are raising their kids, men and women, black men and black women, that is, that's all I know about, is the narrative in which, you know how they always say, oh, let's say the girls are, let's say,
dad's favorite.
Let's say the girls and the boys are 9.
Okay.
As far as the girl is concerned, is y'all want her to be hopscotch, baby doll, into her books, iPad, maybe
Educated.
patty cake, roller skates, that stuff. Don't say that around my daughter. Don't be disrespectful. That's my daughter. My daughter, my daughter, my daughter. But yet, when you're that same 9-year-old boy, I've seen men fathers or men daddies to have an adult man conversation about pussy, fucking them hoes, and blah 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 blah. And I've said to guys, "Well, your son in the back seat, oh, that's a nigga. He okay. He got to grow up. He got to learn. He gonna get some pussy. So why is it okay to have that same pussy, fuck a hoe, bitches and hoes conversation around your boy that's 9 because he's a boy and it's okay we talking about pussy, but you can't have that same conversation around your girl because, well, he got to get some pussy, we know, and then at 13, 14, 15, you probably want him to get some pussy, even though that's a minor still, you want him to get some pussy, but some same girls that's 14 and 15, you still don't want her to fuck. So who is the boy fucking?
I'm gonna jump out here on this. As much as y'all listen, this is what I'm gonna say. I wasn't big on calling my sons niggas. I didn't like that. I never really did that. Even when I had my homeboys around me and we talked, if my boys was around me, my sons was around me, I would tell them, I don't call them niggas. My nephews would tell you right now, I tell them, hey, don't let nobody call you a nigga, you know what I'm saying? You're a king, you're a god. This is something that I tried to, as a man, to prevent from, how I talked and went about doing things in front of my sons, because it's hard to tell somebody, come on, say, those dads make me sick. The young man isn't ready emotionally for that crap, and we are confusing them and messing them up. Now, I never did that far as how have those type of talks with my sons, because like I said, I didn't want them to really just go down that road that I went down.
No, well, hold on, because you're partially misanswering the question. I understand how you make them look at themselves. It's how you make them look at the females. Man, look at that ass over there. Or man, look at that booty over there. Blah 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 blah. And let's say you're saying it to one of your homeboys, but those 9-year-old boys are in ear distance and hear that conversation. But that's okay to have that conversation in their presence. Yes, you may look at them and call themselves a king and you're a leader and you're going to be a ruler. But at the same token, Look at the ass on her. Look at the tits on her. You saying
Well,
to your home?
I can't speak. I'm with Kamal on that same thing. I never really did that with my kids. I that was just something that I didn't do. Um and I've never done you haven't been around me to see me do that, Tony, to put those faces up like that. So my boys can tell you that they dad never done that. Now, when my son, the most I've done, and at that time in my life, I thought that was something to do for fun and to get my oldest son. I never advocated for my sons to hurry up and get some vagina. If anything, I advocated for them to to stay focused and get their high school diploma and to go on and do something else because vagina is gonna be there. And that's just something that I did. Yes, I like that my boys were very attracted to the young ladies. Society has become so plummeted with, boys can be girls and girls can be boys and so on and so on. That yeah, I definitely pushed the narrative for my boys to love the opposite sex of them. That's me. But
But
far as
did you? Well, what age?
hold
But did
on,
you
you want
push
me
it
to
at
answer the
9?
question? Or you want me to finish answering the question?
Yeah, but I'm adding to the question.
What was it?
Did you push that narrative at 9?
Hell no. No. Why? They need to play with GI Joes and all this, play football and baseball. Why would I want to push that at 9?
Okay, because I had this homeboy. I ain't gonna call his name. We were together when. Oh, I'm sorry. Let Juicy answer. What's your 2 cents in, Juicy?
I was just gonna say, like, I think that's abuse. Like, I feel parents who do that have this unconscious like envy or jealousy of their children, and so they couldn't do right, so they don't want to see their child do right. It reminded me of like 5 Heartbeats, where he was like, "You ain't gonna be shit
Yeah.
cause your daddy went shit," and we just gotta be better as parents to not be just
The worst thing
doing
I've
our
ever done,
kids
Kate,
like that.
the worst thing I've ever done in my life was probably that I could say was to allow my son at 14 to see a stripper. That's the worst thing that I've ever done. But when I say I let him see a stripper, I didn't say touch a stripper, do all of the other stuff. I let my son at 14 see a stripper. Now I will say that when I look at it now, it was egregious. But hold on, Kamal say if I could see, god damn. I never had to push my boys in any direction. They were with me always and they saw firsthand what a man was and what they had to look forward to in their life. But outside of that, man, sometimes, oh man, I like to lost it just then. I really, really like to lost it on this statement. Uh, but I digress. I digress. But now, far as my daughter, let me tell you what I hear all the time though. Kamal, Ashley, Tony, Tell everybody. This is what I hear all the time. Why most men do that is because they want to, and I'm gonna say it because ain't nobody else gonna say it because it's the elephant in the room. That they do that to their boys because they want to make sure that their sons are not gay. And that's what they say, Tony.
Right.
And like I said, I've learned that, and like I say, this show has educated me so much on different things, especially living different, people living different lifestyles, seeing stuff from different points of view. And sometimes, it don't be what your mom and dad do and don't show you. A lot of our kids are influenced by social media, a lot of our kids are interested in things because they have their own mindset earlier than what we did. So a lot of things that they are exposed to, I wasn't exposed to. I can't even remember when I even came. I knew somebody growing up as a little boy. I think I told the story. We used to call his name. The people in the street called him Sissy Sam. I didn't
Hold
know
on,
why
what?
they Sissy Sam.
Uh,
But I ain't know why the hell they kept calling this grown man Sissy Sam when I was 8, 9 years old. Because when I saw Mr. Sam, that's what I called him, Mr. Sam. And he walked around, carried himself as a man in the daytime, but other people knew grown folks knew things that happened at night. But when I saw Mr. Sam, he used to always ask us guys and girls, "How did you do in school? Let me see your report card." And he was giving out $5 for honor roll, and I mean $10 for honor roll, and $5 for A's and B's. So I saw him just as a man, but
mm.
I didn't know nothing about homosexuality or nothing like that at 8, 9, 10 years of age. I ain't know nothing about no shit like that. That's just a man to me. But this is what most men, when they do that, this is what they're doing to make sure that for it to seem like to see if their boys are interested in women. And
And
it's
the thing
wrong
of
for doing. Go ahead, Kate.
they turning their sons out like that, and that's the crazy part. You gonna sit there and think that that's what you're doing to make sure they're not, but what you did was expose them to a feeling that they're gonna chase forever, and maybe psychologically ain't ready to handle it. And then with the influence of social media and the TV and everything that's going on, next thing you
Hypersexualized.
know, right now they curious. And now they experimenting and they trying all things. Like it's just it's idiotic. It makes absolutely no sense. And
I've
that's
had.
where
Go ahead.
you say you've had.
Oh, I thought you. Okay. I was gonna say, I've had friends in the gay in the LGBT community that said their father, the men, have done the same thing to them, and it actually fucked their head up so bad, and they feel that that's why they're gays because they had such a traumatic experience at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to the because like come on, I'll say mentally they're not ready for that.
No.
You know, and you're pushing that on me, and I'm still thinking about my exam tomorrow in school, and how to tie square knots in Boy Scouts, and I want to become an Eagle, the Eagle Scout to make you proud, and you
Yeah.
and you got this, and I'm 17 or 16, and you got this 30-year-old stripper with a stank pussy in my face.
And see the thing about it is that's one thing. Having like having having an ejaculation it takes away so much more than people just like, oh, it's just a nut. No, it's not. The energy from it,
Oh
the
yeah.
the mental, the mind go dead
Yeah, it do for a
because
minute.
it's unlike how we were talking about the energy and the vibration. That's lower when that flat line on the scale at the hospital say you dead. Lust, which that's a form of lust,
Yep.
it bends under. It's like it's below death.
Dead.
And so when you're doing that and then with children, you're taking so much of their innocence away. You're putting them in a very dark place.
Now
It's
now
it's just
when it
like molestation.
now with when it comes to my daughter, I mean I do definitely. I'm talking about you talking about like what you said, Tony. It's just I don't know what for me I only speak for me. You know, it's like it's a hurtful even thought. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
Even when I'm listening to music and I'm by myself, a lot of times when now you get in the car, if I'm listening to the type of music I like, I turn it. But what I realize is these kids have so many more ways of getting to this type of music and listening to this stuff now that it's almost impossible to prevent them from hearing dick and pussy and all of this type of stuff because it's everywhere now. And it's when I hear that type of music come on when I'm with Naya, I cringe. I cringe. I
I
cringe.
cringe, and my newbie's 24, but it's embarrassing to me because it's like I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't go straight, and I turn in. I be like, oh my gosh, like we just so disrespectful as people. Like we have no clue.
I was watching
And
something
it,
today. I don't know if y'all saw it, but you know how they be. I don't know if y'all be paying attention. They be sometimes doing these little things where they have a man. They have like a line of women, and they may have a line of men. And they may bring one person in, and it's called a balloon pop. So they
Oh,
basing.
yep.
Listen, they got one now where they got 9, 10, 11-year-old children, 12 years old. They supposed to have like a little pop star dude that came in, little up and coming little rapper dude and singers and stuff that the little girls and boys idolize, and they asking them, um, what would you do on what? Are you thinking about a first date? And Kamal say they make innocence,
Indecent.
indecent exposure easy to access, and from what I hear, it is now introduced into school. Yeah, they definitely doing that. They talking about it all in come on kindergarten. They got books out that these people are right now in legislation fighting that they want to introduce to kindergartners about sex, homosexuality, all of this stuff, and you got a lot of parents that are fighting the school board because the school board want to allow it in. It's the world is like y'all said, it's a shit show right now in the United States.
I'm proud of you, Legacy. That's mature of you, King. This show has made me more open-minded. I agree with Juicy and King. A stripper fighting her own demons. It's sad. So, Ashley, you're a stripper?
Boy, you was so
listen, it kind of sounded like that, and I was like, but I don't think that's what she meant. But
no,
Ashley, Ashley, let me find out, girl. You be twerking it up.
it was the way you read it, though.
Yeah, it was the way you read it.
You making them thighs clap.
I like that.
Hey.
But the thing is, and you'll hear me say it a lot tonight. Like the other day I went to her house. I went to the house to get her in. She tried to be so slick, but I know she told her mama the other day, talking about my daddy pay attention to everything I do. Cause she had done went to a little party during the daytime with one of her friends from school. So I guess her mama let her put a little eyeliner thing, but she know that I get to the house to pick up about 5:30. So she done got home and tried to get her mama to help her get the little eyeliner thing. Let me tell you something. As soon as she walked to the car,
you saw it.
I'm looking at her face. I got out the car, walked around that car. I said, let me tell you something. You ain't but 12 years old. And I'm telling you, this is my last time telling you. And by the time I said that, her mama walking out, I said, let me tell you something. My daughter is fucking 12. She ain't got no reason to have no makeup on her fucking face. She ain't got no reason to have no eyeliner. She don't need no lip popping gloss. All she needs is some fucking chapstick right now.
Her lip gloss be popping.
Listen, when her daddy come around, she trying to make, and that's the same thought that you saying how dads do boys. I don't understand why mamas think it's okay for you to make your daughter look older than she fucking is.
And then be mad because the older man hollering at her.
See, that's a prison sentence for me.
You know, but Mama, you made her more appealing.
And this is what I don't understand. So I told, boy, ain't nothing wrong. I said, I'm telling you now, this is my last time discussing it with her and my last time discussing it with you. I get bonded out the next time.
But the reason I brought up this whole topic, like I said, I had a friend about maybe a year ago. We was riding together in his vehicle, and we went to pick up his girlfriend's son at the grandmama house. And as she says, I wish she wish she was a stripper. Hey, coins, like look, Kim say, money make me come.
Dick do
But
too.
but me and him went to go pick up I guess his girlfriend's son at his grandmama house. He just got out of school, and we continued having now the boy sitting in the back seat, elementary school age, and we have a conversation. I don't know, I can't remember if he was on the phone talking to one of the homeboys about the hoes and about the females and sex, or was he talking to me? But nevertheless, the boy was in the back seat. So I corrected him and like, oh, boy's in the back seat. And he proceeded to say like it was okay, that's a dude. I'm talking about pussy. That's something he needs to know about and da 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 da. But I didn't think so at that age.
Tell the story from the beginning again.
I said I got a friend that we about maybe a year ago we had went to go pick up his I guess it was his girlfriend's son, because it wasn't his son, biological son, some girl that he was dating, and the boy was at his grandmama's house, and so when we went to go pick the boy up, he got in the back seat, and I can't remember if my friend was on the phone talking to somebody or was he talking to me, but the conversation was an adult conversation pertaining to sex, females, and very explicit. And I thought it was inappropriate for somebody that's in the elementary school age to be sitting in the back seat hearing. So I mentioned to my homeboy, hey, old dude in the back seat, he can hear you. He proceeded to say, I can't remember exactly what he said because like I said it was a year ago, and I'm almost senior citizen, and my memory ain't that good. But he was saying that it was okay for him to talk the way he was talking because he a dude. We talking about pussy up, we talking about holes or whatever we was talking about, it was okay in the presence of this child who, again, was a elementary school age child, because elementary is what, 11 and down.
Did you get on him?
I mentioned it to him like, hey, dude in the back seat, let him know, change your conversation. And when he said it was okay, there was nothing else for me to say. That ain't my place to get on. I'm not his father.
No, but that's your friend, right?
I mentioned it to him. That was a stopping. He said it's okay.
Did he stop?
No.
If that would have been me doing that, I would have been dead wrong.
Actually say, oh Lord, I'm not ready. Oh Lord. Listen, I've been saving this video for like a month, and we always run out of time. So let me show this video real quick so I could go ahead and delete it. This is about truckers being placed. I'm sorry, truckers are being replaced by AI.
These trucks that you see behind me are now going to be driving themselves. What we as truck drivers went to school for months, 1 month, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days to learn how to do, are now going to be driving themselves. Do we as truckers think this is going to be safe on the highways? What was the purpose? What was the purpose for us to stay up, fight those long nights, to learn how to maneuver these 80,000-pound vehicles, these 80,000-pound monsters? One wrong move in these commercial vehicles could end tons of lives. And now the government wants us to be okay with these vehicles all of these vehicles driving themselves. We are not okay as truckers, and we must stick together. These vehicles cannot be on the road driving themselves. It is not safe for us as drivers or our community.
Well,
I agree totally with her. That's definitely unsafe.
but
One,
hold on.
No, it
Hold
ain't.
on. Well, let me tell y'all something. I don't know how people, the truckers, I'm with you, but I don't know how you didn't see this coming when we've now, people have started, hold on. Come on, say what Stevie Wonder sister talking about. These folks have been pushing for robots to be overnight stock clerks in grocery stores. These folks have been talking about having these robots work in McDonald's and restaurants and things like this so they can get mass production. The government does not care, and big companies don't care about the common people, because what they want to do is to be able to maximize the ability to get things done. If I got a robot that can work around the clock, ain't got to take no breaks, and don't got to call out sick, and all of these things here.
don't have to pay no overtime.
No overtime, no birthdays, no none of this. Kids sick, none of this. Of course, this is about money, and they don't care that eventually and it's gonna happen, because if they out there already on the lot doing it now, you don't think they're gonna be on the road? And this is why you always hear me say, Tony, they're pushing for the growth of AI, because that's who's gonna be controlling the vehicles.
True.
And see, this is what our government knows. The government knows that the truckers in the United States of America is what make the world go round inside of the United States. And anytime truckers stop trucking and ships stop coming across the water, remember all that stuff was backed up during COVID when they understand that man right now controls everything. The blue collar workers, truck drivers, and all that stuff make this stuff go round. But if I got enough time to let y'all do what y'all want to do to my regular people, and we create these robots, and we don't have to be in these vehicles, we no longer need you. Now you become obsolete. They ain't worried about paying no $15, $16, $20 an hour in no restaurant, because eventually they're going to have enough robots to do everything they want. They work all day, and they ain't got to have a one shift, and them robots going to run it. And now people ain't got no jobs.
Actually, that's already done. There's a test location in Boca. There's a McDonald's right now in Boca Raton. It's one location though. It has, I think, 2 employees. One is the manager, and one is the technical person who knows how to fix the robots.
Right.
That's it. It's just 2 people in the store. The manager's up front, and all the robots is fixing all the food.
Yep. So you know what's going to come now. Once that's mastered, and then what they're gonna do is that's why the silicon cloning thing is so important to the government, because they know eventually that's gonna become frightful to people. Humans are not gonna trust the robot, so they want to make the robot look more humanoid, and they're gonna be in there looking like regular humans.
Wow.
Well, I want to say this. I'm with you. It's no surprise because of the robot system. However, people ain't paying attention to what's going on, and a lot of people sit here and say, "How can that even be possible?" When COVID broke out,
yep. But
I can only be. This is funny when it does that. When COVID broke out and we all had to stay locked in, The only people who were on the road were the trucks.
Yep.
And they were driving. They didn't have nobody in their way.
Yep.
Watch with the next breakout.
Test run. That was a test run.
That was a test run to see, one, will the people stay in and comply?
Yep.
Yes. Oh, so we could go with these trucks and they can go. All they got to do is put them on an assembly and a timer. You
Yep.
go, now it's your time, now it's your time. And in physics, geometry, all that work together.
Yep.
People sit here saying that what we got is a dummy proof job. We can't be this. They need us. We essential. No.
They ran the test already.
Artificial intelligence has already taken over.
Yep. And I keep telling y'all got to take the time to go back and watch Terminators. Y'all got to go back and watch iRobot. Y'all got to go back and watch Enemy of the State. These movies were created in the early 2080s, and they told you about this moment that's finna take place. And we worried about the unimportant
Who gonna be
stuff.
president?
Yeah, we worried about that, but guess what? They've already run tests. Elon Musk was just talking about this a month ago, where he was saying that AI is becoming more aware of itself and it's learning more stuff faster than they programmed AI to learn. So that means it's becoming alive.
But that was already predicted. That would be the case, and when that happens, that will be our problem.
Yes.
And the wonder was who would create something that would be so destructive to mankind?
You know what you just made me realize, Juicy? This is crazy. What if now the Antichrist that's supposed to come and supposed to deceive almost the whole world is supposed to be liked and loved by almost everybody on the earth? That know this creature, this being is supposed to know all things and can do all things. What if the AI is creating this Antichrist right now? He has all the information of everybody, has all the database information. What if AI is going to generate itself to create its own Antichrist that people are going to bow down to and worship and serve?
So go look at that movie I was telling you about, the invention of a lie. And when it tell you what the invention of a lie and the lie that was invented that got everybody going.
The invention of a lie. That's the name of it.
That's the name of it. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And the invention was, someone said that there was somebody in the sky.
I'm gonna check that out this weekend. What we got now, Tony? Cause we got a few more minutes.
I have a message here for all of the adults in the world from a child. They said when a child speaks, you better listen.
Okay, this is my last video, and then I'm going night-night. You want to know what's funny?
Juicy says she's not hearing it.
I didn't hear it either.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, this is my last video, and then I'm going night-night. You want to know what's funny?
The
It
sound
went out,
didn't come in.
on my side as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
What talk?
can't show that one.
What about
Well, what did she say?
She was basically saying that here are adults telling children how to act and how to behave. You're telling children that they should share. Adults don't like to share. You're telling children they should be kind and nice to people. We don't do it. We fight and hate our cousins and aunties and uncles, families and friends. The child say basically we need to go back and start over from the beginning because we're not doing it right. That's pretty much what the child was saying. It would have been definitely good to be able to hear it, but it was pretty much was saying out of the mouths of babes, and that little girl is definitely a little babe, and for her to be able to pick up on how adults mistreat and don't treat people right, we gotta get ourselves together. That one right there, when I saw that video, it melted my heart.
The video I really wanted to show was the one with the old lady, the 70-year-old lady who did the shooting.
Yeah.
I tried downloading it twice.
Well, that's probably they blocking. They probably blocking that because they really don't want people raving about it.
It's letting me download it, but it won't let me upload it to StreamYard, so I can't even show it.
Yeah, they blocking it.
But it was a good story, and I wish I really could show it. I tried to get that twice.
But we can still talk a little bit about it because, like the little girl and what she's saying, that's real. And children are closest to creation because they hear, and they're cocoon to correct. And when they pointing out what they see, right before they adults, it's like you want me to do okay, but now you got to be the example. And
that's why it's never. That's why when I hear people say, "Don't do as I say, don't do as I do," that ain't how.
Right.
That's not a good thing to say to kids because kids learn from things that you do. They mimic.
Mm-hmm.
They mimic.
Their eyes are always watching.
Oh yeah.
And like that lady who we talking about, the 70-year-old, people always paying attention. And it don't matter the age. Like when they say when you fed up, you fed up. You can live in this world, you could be in this society, and you can just be accepting of everything that's going on. But then once it comes into your circle,
it can be too
what
much.
you gonna do? Right. And what happened with her was some white people cut her off and took her parking space. And I feel that like I have been in the parking lot and someone has knowing I'm backing in and they just pull in and then their attitude is like, and what you gonna do? And people today, they just being so ornery and thinking that they the biggest badass. And that lady said, what I'm gonna do? She waited. That's
2
what
hours.
got me. She
2
waited.
hours.
She didn't go in the store. She didn't go shop. She waited because she didn't want to miss out. She wanted to understand. And I believe if they were handicapped, she went about her business. But
Right.
the simple fact that you're not and you have no regard for others, and that's that child that's now an adult. So the child learned not to be, but saw the example of their parents being what the contrary, and now they're acting and showing what they really learned.
Right.
And when we see that, and she said, "Oh, you not?" She shot them in their knees.
Yep. Now you are.
But the thing about it is, now you are. There's a bigger message. This man shot that lady in the head over some water. She shot him in the knees and took him down. Same way he had options. She could have shot to kill. She shot to teach a lesson. To mange. Yep. And the way
but even with that cake, I love that message. But the best message for me was toward the end when Mama got in her vehicle. And it's just amazing to me how fast the police scene can get to areas so much faster when somebody of another race or ethnic group get hurt. but it take them 42 minutes to come when we get hurt. But this
Right.
lady now she done shot these people in the leg. She go get in her car, and they say that the police was pulling into the parking lot as she was leaving out.
And I
And
feel her. She
huh?
was not wrong.
Now hold
They
on.
came as she, but hold on. Let's go with this. As she was pulling out, they were pulling in. So now that means they're blocking her way of leaving. So they're holding her hostage.
No, you can't. You don't have a hostage situation at that moment. That's not a
Hold
hostage.
on, hold on. See, that's where we now stop as people. We can't go with one and then say you don't. These police people have a job. I get you. I hear what you're saying. But at the time when she chose to take her matters in her own hands, she said, I don't need their help. She did not call them to help her. And she did her business and she was going about her business. Now, if they consider she broke a law, she said she wasn't. And as a citizen, we have rights. Like we gonna act like these police got rights. We got rights to stand and do what we want to do. She acted in her own authority.
Listen. The only thing that I'm gonna say about that, she may have acted in her own authority, but it was a very egregious authority.
I agree. I didn't say it was.
Now,
What?
for the lady to wait 2 hours to deal with that right there, what we call premeditated. Now, when she was leaving and a crime had
That's
not been
not
committed, but
premeditated.
they didn't say they tried to block in. They said she was going out of one side and they was coming in another side. Like how when you know, Tony, you see how when we leave the Walmart you used to be at, when you're leaving Walmart, you got a side of entry and then the side. That's how they say it was. They say that the lady, they got behind the lady, but this we got to get to the good part. Good part. The lady shoots in the car, main one police and kill another.
So
But this
tell
is
me how if they behind her.
they pull up on
Did
the
she?
side of a cake.
Okay.
But
That's
this
why I
is
thought they had blocked her in. That's
no,
why I thought. Okay.
they said they pulled in on a two-way thing. She was going out and they were going in and they got behind her. They were trying to tell her to stop, but the grandma, like she finna tell you, she's so fed up. She pulls a gun out and shoot both of them, kill one, shoot the other. Now, this is the thing that they didn't know. This lady was damn near, she was a marksman in the Marines. Yeah, the Marines.
Yep.
And she was one of the best in her time. And they asked her, why did you do it? The lady say, at first she just said, because she was scared for her life because of what happened to Sonya Massey. But the lady said she just was fed up with it because not only was she saying she's fed up with what happened at the store, she's just fed up with how these people in blue uniforms, tan uniforms, whatever uniforms your city, county, state, local police wear, she's tired of the injustice that these people get away with and nobody makes them pay for it.
Right.
Because they can hold court, they can be the judge, jury, and executioner in the street, at your house, at their house, all across the world. But I'm wrong for being a judge, jury, executioner on them. And that's what she's tired of. Because when we look at as a whole on how many mass police shootings and killings go on throughout the United States of America that these officers get off on, what the fuck do we look like going and taking it to trial? Because we losing there too, even with body cameras, even with the police officer being wrong, all based off of him saying, I was afraid for my life. She gave you a reason to be afraid for your life. See, we don't know that this lady could be having terminal cancer right now, and she ain't got but 6 months left. So you locking her up, she going to jail as a hero. Nothing's gonna happen to her, and if she got terminal illness to die, she gonna die. She gonna be peaceful wherever she at because she's tired of it. And this is what I say to y'all all the time on here,
She
Tony.
about to get off because of post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Listen, I don't know.
Word.
I would hope so, but I don't know no juror, no jury. I'm hoping that guess what? That somebody on there, just like they hoping that somebody on there for. Yeah, I see. Yeah, they gonna do all they can to prevent that. You saw in Kate.
If one of us is on the jury, she getting off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But kudos to grandmama. Kudos to the lady who took it upon herself to inject the officer with the syringe. Listen, but I'm gonna tell you this here, and I'm gonna say this loud. And I know y'all think I be bashing women, but I really love my women, especially my black women. But I'm gonna say this. It will never be a black man to ignite the next Revolutionary War. It will be a black woman that ignites the Revolutionary War here in America. Because wow, Lord, we need you. We need your help. Lord, have mercy. Listen, it's going to be a black woman that started. And that is what's going to ignite the black male to act. But until then, two women are showing us right now. They ain't scared to die for it. Two women have just showed us in a short period of time that for justice, even if it means I got to go sit in prison the rest of my life, I'm okay with it. Because you're not going to do me wrong by doing mine wrong, and you get to go home and be with yours.
Right. One more video.
So this is a study that was done to find the difference between people that use iPhones and people that use Androids. This was actually a crazy study, and I feel like people are going to be very upset when they hear this. So, New York Times posted a study, and they found that Android users are actually more introverted, and iPhone users are actually more extroverted, right? But they did another study, and they found that Android users are actually the more honest and nicer people, and iPhone users are actually people that lie a lot, but they're more adventurous and they're more curious. But what's crazy about this study is they found that Android users are actually the ones that are smarter with their money, because they found that iPhone users actually spend the double of the amount of money per day on their everyday life than Android users. And overall, iPhone users are just on their phones more than Android users. They even found that iPhone users actually send twice as many texts per day and take twice as many pictures per day.
Well, we can believe that, because when you see somebody willing to go spend $15, $18, $2,000 for a cell phone, just to say I got an iPhone, that spending thing is that definitely proves that.
Yeah, because when I hear people get an Android, an iPhone, they be like, "Why you got an Android?" I'm like, "Well, my Android was $200, or my Android was $189." Period. You spending an extra $50, per month on your phone bill for a year to buy that iPhone. So $50 a month for a year, you done spending $600.
Yep.
So your phone's $600, my phone was $120, $130, and it does the same thing.
But psychologically, is that in their mind, it makes them better than you.
But realistically, it makes them with $500 less than me.
Listen, I don't see how. I mean, it's just so much more. And you know the crazy thing is, Tony, most of the people that buy iPhones and all this type of stuff, most of these people, won't even take $500 and put it in a crypto coin or put it in an investment to make that 500 grow or that 1800 grow, because at that moment, anytime they invest money, they think that they're supposed to see residual return on it ASAP. They don't have the patience to watch it grow. But with this phone, they don't realize that you went and paid $2,000 for this phone. The day you walked out that store with that phone depreciated. Because once they see the mass productions of sale of that phone for that year meets the quota, then they already started the production of the next year phone that's supposed to be better than that phone. And then they got a system that creates that phone to start to fail after a certain point in time, like 3-4 years. You start having issues with that phone. That phone starts to shut down and break apart internally to where it makes you have to go buy another phone.
True that.
This is what people don't think about. Why you think that's just like you look at cars. They come out with a new series of cars every year for 2025, 2024, 2027. You just bought this car in 2024. Every car that's brand new off the lot, damn near have a 10-year warranty. What did y'all add to the 2025 car that I just got, that I ain't got, that I just got this 2024 off of? What did you add to make it better?
Well, we changed the direction of the lights.
And you gonna try, man? If you don't sit your
yes, the lights they beam a little different.
Yeah, they move like they blink and stuff now. Well, listen, y'all. We're gonna go on and get ready to get up out of here tonight, man. We definitely appreciate Mrs. Duckworth and Mr. Akbar for participating in the show tonight, and those that were watching in a distance. As Tony say, shacking. We definitely appreciate all of y'all viewerships and comments that you guys make. You definitely make it worthwhile, even though sometimes people say stuff that almost make my fuse be short. But
almost make your what?
My fuse.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
You ain't think nobody said no goddamn. Your mind is always in the gutter, bro.
Have y'all noticed that did y'all notice y'all under y'all's names? Y'all ain't even noticed that.
I read what you put down there for me when I was backstage and I had to come back on. You need some help.
What does it say? Just
voluptuous cakes.
Mr. Third Leg.
But listen, we gonna go to get out of here, man. And we couldn't do this without the juiciest cakes in the business. I'm talking about the one. She's our balance being. She's the balance.
When she
Lately,
sit down, look like she's still standing up.
Huh?
When she sit down, look like she's still standing up.
Cake, let them know, baby.
You can find me here every Tuesday and Friday. Friday. We gotta go back to Friday. Tuesday and Thursday, 9 and 8 Central, Eastern. What's up, baby? You can check me out on Facebook, Miss Juicy, Instagram, Miss Beautiful, TikTok, Miss Juicy Cake, and if you have anything like you need some help with your health, your wellness, accountability, enliventonyou.com.
She know a lot, but she don't know nothing on here. But she know a lot.
I just know what worked for me, and I just like sharing because sharing is caring.
That's what the little girl was saying.
Preach. God has a way to humble you, and the Lord has a way to find. Yes, for real.
Now we're gonna go and give a shout out to all the sisters that probably got off early. Probably the kids. We know she got a house full now.
Yeah, she got a daycare.
A nighttime daycare. We're gonna go ahead and bring out Miss Sweetness. We appreciate you being on tonight, ma'am. But we definitely gonna bring out the man that makes it possible for us to have this platform to be on up under God. The pain in my side. I just got some other stuff that I would say, but I don't. You know, I'm a good wholesome guy.
What? You're a good whole guy.
Oh God! Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
What? What was that?
We'll go ahead and bring out the man that makes it possible for us to be out in these ATL world, these ATL streets. Give us opportunity to be able to, you know, give our point of views and stance on things. I know sometimes y'all see me and Tony go at it real hard, but that's my brother. I love him. We don't agree on everything, but I don't want to do it without him. AB, let him know.
Hey everybody, what's up? I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. Again, I just want to thank you all for spending your evening with us, for spending your 2 hours with us. It means the world to me, and I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. And again, I'll see you next Tuesday.
You have a soul?
I'll see you next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. You can find me on all social medias. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube under Anthony Brown, or The Anthony Brown Show. You can find me on Bigo the app, BIGO, under Anthony the Notary. Please follow my Facebook page is Anthony the Writer. You can email me or call me with any show ideas, comments, concerns, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, ideas you want us to talk about on the show. If you would like to be a special guest on the show, you got a special topic you want us to talk about, whatever, let us know, please. Because it's quite difficult for just 2 or 3 of us to be coming up with ideas. I mean, we're in year 4. So we're trying to keep it fresh, keep it juicy, keep it nice, keep it going. So you can email me.
Talk about juicy pussy.
You can email me at anthonybrown@gmail.com, or you text or call me at 561-768-3710. And words that I live by wholeheartedly, and so should you. As you gotta grind until you shine.
I knew your head was gonna come up, and I wasn't even talking about you. And I just knew your head was gonna come up out of there.
I'm on the chair, up, I'm trying to hang something from the ceiling, and I said, "Huh? Don't hurt me."
Cake, he talking about you know, topics for the show, and then he ended up. I was gonna say something, but then he said juicy. I say, so you do talk about juicy pussy on the show, and then I knew it wasn't gonna be long before her head came up. But listen, y'all know who I am. I'm the one and only Legacy the Great. Again, we appreciate you guys for being out here, watching and participating with us. We wouldn't be nothing without you guys. But you can reach out to me on Facebook up under Audreen Williams. Also, you can hit me up on my on YouTube up on the Legacy at Legacy the Great. My email is legacyunlocked@mail.com. Cell phone number for business purposes only. Reach out to me at 561-907-9129 and 229-630-7615. That's for, you know, if you have any issues with getting into your vehicle, I can, you know, get you inside your vehicle as long as you got the proper credentials. If you're locked outside of your car. Also, if you have any questions that you may want to run by me, any, you know, help with litigation, you know, being able to help you understand which directions and things you should go and take when it comes to that, reach out to me. I'm here for you anytime. And we know we're finna get ready to get up out of here, but y'all know the words that I live by. That there's only one other person that says it better than me. KK, let them know.
ATL, ho.
You know it.
Good night, everybody.
Donald Trump just finished speaking to the National Association of Black Journalists, and it was filled with misinformation and lies. So let me debunk the top 10 lies about Kamala Harris. Number 1, she's not really black.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
Not true.
But I'm black, and I'm proud of being black. Absolutely. And I was born black, I will die black.
She didn't change her identity. Her father was always Jamaican, and she's always been connected to the black community, which is why she graduated from Howard University and is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. Number 2, she's a failed border czar.
She's the border czar. She's the worst border czar in the history of the world. There's never been a border czar like this.
First, she was never a border czar. Her job was to focus on the root causes of immigration. Second, if she was the border czar, she could take credit that border crossings are lower now than they were when Trump left office. Third, if you want a more secure border, then blame Trump, who killed the bipartisan immigration deal because he didn't want to give President Biden a win before the election. And by the way, whatever happened to Trump's wall that Mexico was supposed to pay for? Number 3, she's a DEI hire. Trump told NABJ that Harris could be a DEI hire, echoing remarks from Tennessee Republican Tim Burkett, who said,
100% she was a DEI hire.
DEI hire has become the new GOP slur, replacing affirmative action candidate, which replaced the N-word, but they all mean the same thing. And you know what that is. Harris has been a district attorney, an attorney general, a United States senator, and a vice president. Trump was a game show host when he ran for president, yet Republicans don't question his credentials or those of his running mate, J.D. Vance, a 39-year-old freshman senator who just got to Congress last year. Number 4, she's not eligible to run. Republicans claim Harris is ineligible to be president because her parents were not born in America. First of all, she was born in Oakland, California, and the Constitution doesn't require that your parents to be born in the United States. Second, Trump's own mother was born in Scotland, but I guess those made-up rules only apply to black candidates. Number 5, she's a San Francisco liberal. They're so stuck in the past that they're resurrecting an attack line from 1984 when Gene Kirkpatrick coined the term San Francisco Democrats as a not-so-subtle homophobic slur. But that was 40 years ago. It's time for new material, guys. If Harris was such a San Francisco liberal, why did Donald Trump donate $6,000 to her past campaigns? Number 6, she's soft on crime. Republicans claim that Harris is not tough enough on crime, but she's a prosecutor and they're literally supporting a convicted criminal as their presidential nominee. Case closed. Number 7, she's a cop who locked up thousands of innocent black men. Now come on, folks. She can't be too tough on crime and too soft on crime at the same time. But here's the truth. As a district attorney, Harris implemented a Back on Track program to help young nonviolent offenders with education and job training. While she was Attorney General, California became the first statewide law enforcement agency in the country to mandate officers wear body cameras. And she's a longtime opponent of the death penalty, even when it wasn't easy. True, prosecutors make tough decisions that piss people off on both sides, but to caricature as too tough or too soft on crime is just too simplistic. Number 8, she slept her way to the top. Donald Trump was a failed businessman with 6 bankruptcies, 5 draft deferments, 3 baby mamas, and 2 divorces when he ran for president, and after paying $130,000 in hush money to a porn star and $150,000 to a Playboy playmate that he slept with while his wife was pregnant, twice divorced, convicted felon, and adjudicated rapist, Donald Trump is the last person to be talking about anyone's sexual history. Number 9, she never accomplished anything. As a prosecutor, Kamala Harris put murderers and abusers behind bars. As Attorney General, she went after the big banks and won $20 billion for homeowners. As Vice President, she took on the big drug companies to cap the cost of insulin for seniors. And we've now seen 15.7 million new jobs, the lowest black unemployment and poverty rates in history since she took office. Number 10, she can't win. Democrats have won the popular vote in 7 of the last 8 presidential elections. They won with Obama, a black guy with a Muslim name, and Hillary Clinton, a white woman who had been vilified for decades. Unfortunately, the skewed electoral college system gave Republicans a win in 2 of those 8 contests, but the results still prove that the country is on our side. It just means that we have to turn out in record numbers to overcome the electoral college bias. That's it for now. Many more lies to debunk in the coming months. But if Trump has something to say about Kamala Harris, as she said in Atlanta this week, say it to her face.